Yes, I started recording.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
see this.
So today I'm going to share here like how to create the virtual network first of all, and then recording. Okay, recording here started. Okay,
Yes, we
that's
started.
good. Okay, that's fine. Yes, I'm checking this. Thanks. So today, yeah, hi guys. Thank you so much for joining this call. And today I'm going to explain you about how to create the virtual network, then how to assign the subnets, and then how can we create virtual machines, and from the virtual machines how can we check the network is established or not. So that's like a connectivity we need to check for this one. So maybe the session will be lengthy, but I will try to cover like as soon as possible for you guys. Okay. And apart from this one, I will use like a network security group, and we'll check like a load balancer as well as like for the summary related, but and VNet peering. So this is the concept, like everything is interconnected, depends on each other. So based on the concept, I will explain you. But first of all, I'm going to create the virtual network, then assign the subnets, then going to create the virtual machines. Yes. Okay. So first of all, I'm here in my Azure portal. So you have to be go at here in your search box and search here virtual network. Okay. So so this will be your virtual network. You will can find here. So this is the window for create initial window for creating the virtual network. Okay. If you wanted to see each and everything, it will be already like last session I explained, but now I will also cover in depth for each and everything. So now I'm going to create first virtual network. So in the virtual network, we have to be very careful, because virtual network will be work for single resource group. It will be used for like connecting to different resource group, and used for like on-prem databases, like connecting with out of your cloud itself. So it's a depends on the requirement, but at the moment I'm going to use only one subscription and one resource group here. So this is the I'm going to create for you guys. Okay. So here I'm just using like VNet dash and okay, and then just to put the uh like UNet. So Azure virtual network. I'm just taking this name, but sometimes it will be must be letter number and then under the name. Okay, to VNet. I'm just creating this name with location is France Centrals, because it's nearby me. So you can take, depends on you. Then next, then next. Okay. So now in the security, I didn't edit any security, because this is the concept I need to explain you. First of all, the subnet related. So this is the subnet. It's taken by default. Okay. So here I'm going to create the new subnet. Here I can check one subnet, create subnet. Then the new window will become. So here you have to be create like you can use like just name anything. I'm just taking like web or anything subnet 1 or subnet 2 you can see. So I'm just taking web subnet. Then the range is, because default range is we have taken the 16. So it's a depends on the requirement what kind of IP range I'm using. So initially I'm using the Azure provided the same. Okay. And here IP starting address. So here starting address I'm going to use like 10.0.10. Then I can say like 24. So I'm taking here like a size is 24 subject. So I'm taking the default one. I'm not going to do myself. So let's try like how it's behave for here. Okay. So starting subnets. Okay. 0.10.0.10/24. Then I'm not going to do anything. Just review and create, because here it's asking what kind of services I'm going to use. Does I'm using for only specific any services for this subnet, or it's going to be used for like any other. Actually, let me take the default one. So let me add here. Then I'm not going to use this default one. In future, I'm going to delete, because I'm going to use a specific subnet for related to my application. So here I'm going to use like different one more subnet. So it will be used for different purpose. So here I'm going to create two subnets. Okay. So this is subnet, and I can say like I will use like DB subnet. And here is the range. Its range is also the same, but here I'm going to change 10.0 to slash 256, or it could be use, I will use maybe 24th better. So okay, now it's 24 only. Either it's 24, 25. It's allowing 256 address at the moment. Okay, so it depends on us, like particular resources. This subnet will be allowing how many IP addresses. Okay, so range, range I'm going to use. Then again I'm going to select okay. Then here you can see add IPv4 address spaces. So at the moment I'm not going to use anything. I just created the VNet. This is the VNet I'm going to use. Okay, and I'm going to use like with this is the class A. I'm going to use only, this is the class A related, because last time I explained you like A B C D E. So there was five type like A B C D E classes of the VNet. Then it's coming under the A, and I'm going to create here. So just go to next, and
Sorry,
if you
Gopal.
can add.
Sorry, Gopal. I ask you here in the IP address there is a option called allocate using IP address pool. Should we um, why should we keep it disabled
uh,
in the beginning? Allocate using IP address pool. It's the section IP address.
Which one
The,
are you asking about?
the step where you were IP address, there is an option called
Mm-hmm.
allocate using IP address pool. Why should we keep it yeah, disabled?
Okay.
So, able by default, we should be enabled or just we keep it
No, no,
disabled?
it's not required at the moment, because it's only IP addresses pool is in the same locations or virtual network eligible for the association, or like whenever we are governing or we are creating the like landing zone for our architecture. So for there we assign like this is the particular IP addresses range I'm going to allow. So based on that one, so you can see like it's
Oh,
like governing the subscriptions of you manager,
oh,
manager. So if you remember, whenever like suppose any company has started or any project has started, so for this one, if they are creating any Azure account or AWS account or Google account, so for that what they done, they created like some policies, or I can say landing zone. So how landing zone will be work? They created the rules in the sense, suppose like they created rule like developer should have this the permissions, and is like a manager should have this is the permission, and we are allowing only this is the network, and this kind of IP addresses we are not going to allow in our applications. And what kind of rules and regulations, so they created the policies. And if you are going with against their policy, suppose here I'm creating like suppose my organization has created some rules based on my IP addresses, they won't allow like 20 this IP address, they won't allow for the database related. Okay, but I'm going to create, so what will happen, it will show under compliance. So whenever you're working in your organization, so they have compliance, and they have like some like incident management related department, so they will uh, check your logs and monitor, so they will identify, so they can like make acceleration for your account related. So better we should be follow the rules and regulations. Now it's fine. Hello.
Yes, it's fine. Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure, thanks. Then I'm going to here like this is the tag, so I'm just taking like only my name, and it's a creating developer environment. Mm, environment. I'm just taking like it's yeah, yes. Then next, the final create. Okay, okay, now it's going in it's in progress. Okay, then go to resources. How it's going to be work. Let's see how many resources created. So whenever you are creating any resource or anything in the Azure cloud, just go to your resource group. Okay, and in the resource group you have to be identify easily what kind of resources I have created. So I use this VNet, this is the resource group name I was created. So you can see at the moment I have only one resource under my VNet resource group. Okay, so now here we created virtual network, we created assign the VNet. Okay, now I'm going to create the virtual machines. Okay, so here again you have to go to in your search, or either you should go to in the services, all services, and now you can search here like I'm just virtual machines. Okay, so here just search virtual machines. Yes. So in the last, like if you remember last 4 years or 5 years back, we see only one virtual machine. Okay, but at the moment in the last 1 year, Azure has made very good progress in the cloud and each and every services. So now you can see different of the views and different of the related to, it could be like a research, or it could be like development, or for the student, or data related, or analytic, or anything. So for that they created different one, but now I'm going to select the virtual machine, the best for low traffic loading, testing, or control higher customer apps. So this is for I'm going to use for like for normally which we use in our organizations. So yes, so here I'm going to use like as VM1, and the resource group which we have France Central Availability Zone. I'm going to use no infrastructure needed and trusted, because I here I'm going to use very basics one. Okay, so that's reason I'm not going to use anything. So just use this one. And the images, so here I'm going to use Windows image, because I need to log in on that image and then check. Okay, so here you can see data center or any Windows related, you can take it here. Then now this is the size. Okay, So here, this is the size is very important. What kind of virtual machine you are going to create. So wait and always check the pricing at the moment, like what kind of pricing it's showing for your virtual machines. Okay, so make sure verify the pricing. It's a pricing for monthly cost. Okay, so be careful how it's going to use. So I'm not going to use this much. I'm going to use 2 CPU, 8 GB of the memory. Okay, so always remember like how it's going to use. So now you can see like uh the INR 6,194 point 60th cents, but here you can see it's showing in the dollar. Okay, so both are different entities. So I didn't know like how it's going to be work at the moment, but it's uh, good. You can see like Azure has not done any good testing. Alpha, you can easily identify, right, how it's making the
Why
job
you
with
don't
us.
choose D2 standard? I think it's less
uh, D2.
best D2.
Yeah, anything I can select. Let me check because for this region maybe it's only enabled, so that's why.
Uh, oh yes, you have it. You see series
Okay,
D
so
series
now
version
I
2.
can
Yeah.
see, but it's it will check like a size every time.
Okay. Okay. General
Yeah,
purpose.
now we can so general purpose we'll use like. So now again you can see like the pricing is showing. This is the one and this one. Let me take the screenshot for this one better. We can send to the Azure people. While you can send to the Azure guys for your testing related. Okay, and just put the name at here like as admin. So this username and password always depends on you, not anyone. Okay, and here like a password should be anything you can put. Okay, and I'm going to allow the RDP at the moment. Okay, and let it be. And next disk size, let it be check default one because I'm not going to change anything because this is the default only. This is the lesser size at the moment. And premium SSD, local redundant disk central. Okay, standard, best for web server, best for production, best for the web server. Okay, SSD only. I'm going to use, yes, manage to key customer. Let it be go with the default one and then networking. So let's enable the virtual network. Does it allow or not? So we created AZ-VNet. Okay, so we are allowing this VNet here, and then we created the subnet one, right? So we have 3 subnets. So one is default one. It was provided by the Azure one, but we are going to use like anything. So I'm just using like DB subnet, or I could say like a web subnet. So anything I can select at the moment. Okay, and here I'm not going to select, just to select the basics because we didn't have created any network security group NIC. And inbound outbound policies, let it be go with default this IP addresses to access your virtual machine. This is only recommendation for testing. Use the advanced control in the networking tab to create rules to limit inbound. Yes, so for network security group we will create later. Then here load balancer options. Okay, so network security group and load balancer I'm going to use later on. Okay, so now you can see Azure load balancer also we can create at the moment the same time, but now I'm not going to create the same time because it's different concept, then we are going to attach it here. So now you can see management, basic plan for intra id concept. So at the moment we didn't have any intra id concept created, so I'm not going to create. And enable auto shutdowns. So always just use this one or not, because sometimes we wanted to do in the weekends, or we wanted to uh, shut down the applications based on the timing after 9 to 5 hour working hours, so we can set up it here. And backup, if you want to take the backup, so automatically it will be take the backup, but at the moment I'm not going to do anything. Pitch Patch orchestration, automatic update, so manual update, I'm not going to use like any automation update. Okay. And then monitoring. So here now you can see enable recommendations alert. So if you're using any alert related concept, so suppose your virtual machines happening, or some monitoring is going too high, or some if anything will be happen with your disk related, so now you can see, you can set up like suppose your virtual machines has some issues, or CPU utilization going on more than 80%, so you should be receive any emails or available memory bytes, disk size, or network, what kind of it's network is coming, or VM availability matrix, so how it's going to. And you can add your uh, email address, or you can add what kind of people you are going to edit here. So if you wanted to show the mobile applications or anything, so you can do it. So but the cost will be always here. You can see if you're adding the anything in your particular virtual machine, so it's kind of accessory things if you're buying the car, but this is the accessories. So either you can add or not. So at the moment I'm not going to it, but best practice, always add. This is the concept, so let it be add. I'm just adding this one. Okay. So now, and boot diagnosed enable with managed storage recommendation, enable with custom storage account. Okay. So boot diagnostic will be used only for whenever suppose your virtual machines, or you're working any financial applications. Okay. Like you are working with any bank, or they have critical transactions, like every transaction is very important. Okay. Sometimes customer is send the money, but receivers is not receive any money due to bank has a low server, or the transaction got failed. So for that we will be, if we have boot diagnostic, so we can go in depth of the log, or we can automatically our VM can we can identify from here, or we can put all the logs in our storage account to any uh, AIML model, and then we can find from there. So this is be used for mostly for threats or failures, or we can see transaction identifying for our virtual machines. Okay. Or then yeah, at the moment I'm just going to disable, because I'm not going to use. Or we can enable this one. So if whenever you are enabling, so it's make some cost. Okay. And health, enable application health monitoring. So this is the, again, health monitoring concept. Okay. So how it will be work at the moment, means suppose your application, we have sent alert at the moment, what kind of percentage, or if anything will be goes up and down, so we can get the email. But here, health monitoring configuration, suppose Azure will be recommend for your applications, your virtual machine. Maybe suppose you created some port, or some assign the IP addresses, but it will be not using. Suppose you assign 500 subnet range, okay, or 250 subnet range, but only you are using two or three subnets at the moment, last 1 year. So you are wasting, or you are unnecessary assigning the subnets. So better we should be use this health monitoring, so we can get all the alerts, and in the Azure Monitor we can easily check each and everything. Then go to next, VM applications, then custom data, where being provision, user data, performance, VMS, then Yeah, capacity is a tag. Okay, so now in the tag, I'm going to use like owner, Gopal, then environment. This is for dev related. Okay, then review and create. So maybe guys always remember, if your application, if you are creating, so if you don't have any quota or in your region the particular disk size is not available, so you will be get 100% error. But for me, that's the reason I am creating in the France location. If I create in the different one or two regions, it's restricted for me, because this is the range I'm using for pay-as-you-go account at the moment. It's a student account, so that's the reason sometimes I didn't have any much permissions. So you will be see issues on your accounts in student account. So be careful whenever you are creating the virtual machine. If you get any error at the moment, so immediate go and change your region. So region will be changed from here only. Okay, so this depends on you. Okay, now I'm going to review and create. Yes, so now you can see this is the in INR. Okay, so it could be like the last final price it's showing like per hour 12, means it's a 10 cents or 11 cents per hour. So the monthly cost will be like 9,000. So it's like uh 9 9k euro if you converts in the INR. Yes. No, not in the 9K, it's 900, sorry, 900 euros. Yes. Then I'm going to create here. So you can see all the configuration here. So whenever you are creating any resources in your organization, be careful to verify each and everything. Don't be in hurry mode to go and create. Okay, so be careful and create. Then just create. So now it's creating. Okay,
So
then I'm
Gopal,
creating another one.
question for the
Pardon?
rest of yes, for the rest of the practice, should we is it required to choose a Windows Server, or we can choose a other Canonical or Ubuntu?
Hmm, Pardon?
For
Can you
the
repeat one more
rest,
time?
yes, for the rest of this practice, should we is it required to choose a Windows Server image
No,
or
no, 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 no.
not?
See, our concept is like we created the virtual network and we assign the subnet particular virtual network. Then our goal is to test like how we are going to test like virtual machine. Suppose we are going to create two virtual machines. One we created, another one again I'm going to create. So what we will do, one virtual machine we assign like one subnet, another one virtual machine we are going to assign another subnet. Okay, but it's in same virtual network. So how it will work, we are going to test like suppose we wanted to check like two virtual machines have permissions to make communication each other, like the bridge network is created or not. That's what I'm saying. Like suppose we have one house, and in the one house we created like two rooms. So does we have permissions to enter in the both the room, or it's not? So like the same keys it's working or not, like likewise. So the same key you have access or not. So likewise I'm going to create. So it depends on you.
Thanks.
You can create virtual network, you can create like Windows, anything. So I'm just creating like in the Windows one at the moment, but the next time we'll create the Linux one. So better Linux will be the good. So again, I'm going to create. So Mm, just create one more, and here ability zone infrastructure. Then Windows, I'm going to take the same. Okay, it's going to fast. I'm with default and see. I mean, mm, mm, mm. I'm going with default networking. Yes, here we need to check. So last one we have assigned one network virtual subnet. So here we are going to choose the same VNet, but we are going to use the subnet is different. So now you can see using the same virtual network. Okay, but here we are going to assign the second one subnet, because first one we assigned for the first virtual machines. Now we are going to assign the second virtual machine. Okay, so now I'm going to again like creating the different like a management group, and I'm going to select here review and create instead of like doing the custom. I'm taking the custom one. The virtual machine is also like in depth have so many concepts. So if we can cover the virtual machines, only virtual machine creations, it's take almost like for Windows and Linux, the creation is the same, but it's a take like almost 2 hours, more than 2 hours to go in depth each and every point, pinpoints. But for the moment, we are going to like creating the one by one. Yes. So it's going to create, and now let me again different windows initializing. It's creating a resource group. The virtual machine is creating. Meanwhile, we can check the how it's going to work. Oh, VNet. Three subnets. Okay. Subnets. Yes. Okay. So for this, we created. This is the all things it's created. Network in out CPU percentage related matrix rule. So we have enabled right that uh, the email to get the email. So it's related to all the things it's created. The percentage of the CPUs, how if you are getting the matrix, so it's created for behalf of us. This is the things Azure was created. Okay, likewise it's created. Then go to resources. So this is the resource we have created. So now you can go here. This is the virtual network. This is a VM we have created. Okay, and in the VM we attached this subnet, DB subnet one. Okay, if you go here, networking. So this is the subnet we have created. So let it be go inside IP addresses, IP config, IPv4. Okay. So it's used for IPv for the classes. Okay. And if you see like the gateway load balancer, we didn't created any, so that's reason it's showing the none. But if you come in the backside, so now you can see this is the virtual network and subnet we have assigned. So if you click, so it will be redirected to our virtual network at the moment at here. Okay. So I'm going to my particular applications. Okay. And in the applications, I want to connect these applications. So see just at the moment, my application is going to be ready. Now you can see the error. It was showing the warning message. So whenever if you see any volume, so that time you should be check your status. If your application status is running, then everything is looks good. So now you can see it's showing like a standard HDD OS disk will be retired on September 8, 2028. So you have to be very careful whenever you are using any applications. So your applications will be like a virtual machines. What is the situation if you are using the SSD or anything or memory related? So how it will be going to use in your VM or your network. So if suppose it's expiring on 2028, but if some situation is expiring in 2026 itself, in this 2025 in December itself, so we are wasting our time and we are just wasting our resources. So better we should be very careful to see each and everything. And now it's showing like a healthy status is unhealthy, so maybe Azure is finding in depth. So if it will show anything, so we will be get the emails related to our virtual machines because my account is listed, right? So I'll be get the email. So now the next task is I'm going to connect this VM to my uh, uh, like in local system, how I'm going to enter in this application. So now you can see this is the copy, this is the okay overview, this is the public IP. Okay. And in the public IP, always search in your local system search box remote desktop connection RDC. So now you have to be put your IP addresses, which one we have copied, connect. Okay, so now you can see always you have to be put your username and password. So username we created already, right? AZ, the username it could be depends on you which one you have created, but I am using AZ-admin which I created, and then password. This is the one for me. So if yes, so it's logging in your virtual machines. So now I'm logging in my virtual machines which I created and I assigned the DB subnet. So it's a take some time to load your virtual machines because it's opening in your system, and it could be in they have memory size are used to very less, so that's when it's a resource allocation and everything, like it's a kind of like a laptop it's opening, so it's a take 1 minute, less than 1 minute, but we have to be wait patiently at the moment. So till now, does anyone have any questions? Because this concept is too lengthy and it's too practical. If you miss one step, then it will be throw error in next step itself. So I got so many times errors, so don't worry about it, because every time Azure is making their policies, Azure is making the changes internal or their architecture wise, so you have to be very careful. Okay, so don't be worry if you are getting any error, because I could get the error as well as in many times. Okay, always whenever you are creating any virtual machines, do one settings. Okay, just a close, go to local servers, and here IE enable security configuration. So why I am saying to do disable this one, because whenever you are opening your virtual machines, every time you will be get pop-up. Okay, so unnecessary to make get this security related configuration, just to make off. Okay, so I'm just going to create off. Then we can close this one now. So this is the my application. So I wanted to see like CMD. I'm also doing this concept after so many. It's too long for me. Maybe we'll be get error, but let's see how to connect the this connectivity part. I wanted to check. Like we should be check. It's layering taking too much. Terminal. Okay. In IPv4, IPv6. So what was my IP address subnet? So we logged in this virtual machine. Which one? VM1, and we use like VNet, and the subnet is web subnet. Okay, but we wanted to connect the different one. Okay, from here. So let's try to access the subnet we have access or not. So let's try. Um, Order being wide of data request timeout. It's timeout for me. It was time. A one page start send for lost the statistics for 32 byte of the data being sent for perceived zero lost for 100% of lost. Going to here like 16. Bit of the data like thingy. Just wait a second. 156 lost. Action totally lost. Means it's somehow something I was making some changes. Once again, then we have how many virtual machines we created at the moment. VM1. We are inside virtual network, virtual machines. VM1. Okay. Now I'm going to do this is the virtual network, virtual machines. Okay. At this one maybe we can hear. Focus timeout. It's right showing this timeout. Mm, let's see, but it should be work. You understand why it's not working. Uh, Different command prompt create. Yes. Okay. It's happening something. But okay. So now, like, why, what thing I'm testing at the moment at here. So I have created, this is the virtual network. This is the VNet I have created. Okay. And in the VNet, I have created two subnets. Okay. So if you go to here, so here, like, I have is the VNet. So now you can see I have two subnets. Okay. So I wanted to assign one subnet with one virtual machine and another subnet with one virtual machine. So that assignment is done for two different virtual machines. But here the next concept, how it should be work and how I'm going to test. So what I wanted to do, I created two different virtual machines, or I could say like two different laptop we have created at the moment. And I wanted to make communications like, suppose I wanted to access this virtual machine from here, so the network is allowing or not. So does my this subnet and everything is set up properly or not. So that's I'm testing, I'm wanted to do. But yes, at the moment I have done the setup each and everything for the properly, but like maybe some permissions or something. So I need to like induct the I need to check the logs and everything. So I will check the log and I will update you for this like a connectivity related. Yes. But for creating the VNet, assigning the VNet and creating the virtual machines and particular virtual machine assignment and entering in the virtual machines and how to test the virtual machine, but only testing part I'm getting here failure. So whenever if you if I in success related scenario, you will be see the logs for the different virtual machines. Okay, so that's like only just this is one part I'm just missing at the moment. But other than this, have you guys understand the concept of creating the VNet and creating the virtual machine and assigning the IP addresses? So this is the part for you. It's a clear. Hello. Yes. Okay. Mhm. What about Alpha for you? Alpha here. And guys, like I have one request, everyone. Please make sure do practice for this one. Even though if you get error, don't worry. Just create, just understand why I'm getting the error. Search in the Google, and always if you are getting error means you are on the right track. If you not get any error, then you will be do next time practice. So if you are getting error means you are going to do two, 3 times of the practice. And cloud is require only the practice. If you do practice in like once in a week or once in a month, because why I'm facing this error, because I was working in the infrastructure side, in the like a CI/CD side, Azure DevOps side, but in the administration side, I didn't like work like a last 1 month side. Like I didn't check anything. This is the creation of the virtual network and testing from one virtual machine to another virtual machine. So that's the like I'm getting this error. Maybe Azure has updated in depth of their scenario. Yeah. So you should be like be careful and do the practice. This the practice is more important. Hi Alpha, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So you have listened the conversation or missed the conversation?
Can you please repeat?
Yes. So till now, what we have done, we created the virtual network. Okay, and in the virtual network, assign two subnet. Okay, with
Yes.
different IP ranges, and now I created two different virtual machines. So this is my two virtual machines, or I can say different laptops. So virtual machine is just a simple understanding for you. Two different systems in the particular organization, the same subscription and same resource group. Okay, and same locations. So now how the how I should identify like the virtual network is working or not. So this virtual network, one IP subnet I assign to one virtual machine, another subnet I assign to another virtual machine. So what I have done, I log in with VM1 in my local system, and I wanted to test like does I have
The
access for whole
connectivity of
network or
the
not.
ping.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
so I have done the pinging for VM2 IP addresses, but maybe due to some permissions or some issues, so I'm getting here like error. So if it's work successfully, then I should get like uh, the uh, the logs at the moment. Okay, but now
Yeah.
I'm getting this error. So don't worry if you are getting error means uh, we are learning. So because last 1 month I didn't done on the hands on this side
Could be
because I was in the
something missing in the VNet virtual network configuration, maybe in the
yes.
gateway.
So I
In the
need to check.
gateway.
So what I will do, I will check in depth. Yes. So only one thing is missing at the moment. Like if we ping here, so we will be get success, and we will be get the logs for the DBVM. Okay. So this is the only like concept we are missing. But other than creating the IP, assigning the subnet, creating the VMs, assigning the subnet or VNet to particular VM. That's you guys has understand. Only this is the one concept, only like a last concept. It's just missing for the testing. Like does subnet is working or not, or maybe when you guys do practice. So for you it will be work because maybe I'm missing something or I have something. So I need to change for each and everything again. So this is the like one concept is there. Other than everything is understanding for you guys, right? Hello, Alpha.
Yes, yes, everything is good. I guess it's something related to the virtual network itself, internal load balancer or
Yes,
something.
yes, yes, yes. So I will check. I will check.
Because
And
if it was two virtual network, two different virtual network, then we need to do kind of VNet peering, but it's not the
yeah,
case.
VNet
We
peering.
have the
So
same VNet.
yes, 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 yes. So what I will do, um, I will resolve this error and I will put in our WhatsApp group. Okay, what was the error? And I will put in the WhatsApp group the steps like how I have solved. Then in the next step, next session, we are going to do. Currently, we have done the same region, but next session we are going to use different network, different resource group or different locations with different VMs and how we are going to use. So you are explaining like a network peering. So that's a peering concept we have to use. So this is the too much of important in any organization if you are working with any applications. So they will ask you in interview itself like, okay, you have done the networking in your applications in your organization. Can you explain like how you have done with different project or how you like communicate with different subscription, or if you have on-prem of the data, so how you are going to connect, how you are make the peering concept, what kind of rules you follow. So the next concept will be the too important. So next session I will going to cover that part for and load balancer as well as. So like this is the hands-on part. It's took some time, but yes, it's a so many learning curve in this administration part. Yeah. So you wanted to mention anything, Alpha, at the moment?
Oh, I just wanted to go to review. Now we have some like 10 or 15 minutes to review
Yes, yes, we
the
can.
questions answer. It's important
Yes, yes, yes,
uh,
yes, yes.
to
So I
check
think now you can
the
take
explanations.
the lead for this question and answer.
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe I can share my screen. You
Yes,
should
yes, you can.
have received
I'm sharing.
you should have received last time mock exam on practice test with 50 questions, and I hope you had time to practice a little bit. It's important to practice with the time but let's see the questions. For the question one, which of the following can be done using ARM templates or bicep files? So the question here is to identify from these deployments and the resource management, which one can be done using ARM template or bicep. So here the correct answer is automate deployment of resources and export deployment for resource. So it will be this one and this one, because actually ARM templates, maybe you talk about that in the first session, I think, Gopal. Quickly,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
say
yes.
that all of these creation resources go through ARM templates, and we also can do the same with bicep. And the purpose is to have a easy reuse, to reuse easily these templates. So this is the explanation. So it says this leads to more reliable and repeatable provisioning process. So to avoid any error during the UI, when you do next and you check the correct option, you might face some issues during resource creation, some VNet creation or some virtual machine creation. So it's better generally to use the ARM templates.
Yes, yes.
Then the second question is virtual machine scale sets are used to manually scale VM without automation. And here, when you see the explanation, so normally this one is false because it's not the purpose of scale set is not without automation, so it's false. It's designed for automated scaling, so it's the opposite. based on demand, so they automatically adjust the number of VM to meet workload requirements. Then I have what is the primary function of Microsoft Entra ID in Azure? So the first function of this generally is normally should be the user authentication. So yes, so the correct answer is user authentication. Actually, Entra ID verifies user identities and manages access to resources. It provides centralized identity management service features like single sign-on and MFA authentication. Okay. Microsoft Entra ID is used for managing user identities in Azure. Is it true or false? So yes, it's true because it's for identity management. So it's quite coherent with the previous question. You will find generally in the exam some questions that are correlated. So you might find the correlation between questions. So this one is true. Then Azure Bastion, yeah, this one we didn't talk about it yet, Gopal. Maybe it will be for the next sessions we will talk a little bit about Bastion. This provides secure and seamless RDP SSH connectivity
Yes.
to virtual machine without exposing public IPs. So
Yes. True.
is it true or false? Yeah, maybe.
True.
Who says true? I want to see. What do you think, Jay? Is it true or false?
I said true.
True.
For
Okay.
me, it's true.
Yes, it's true.
Guys, I maybe
Correct.
fail, but I'm just predicting true.
Yeah. So to avoid exposing public IP, we use generally Bastion for SSH connection. Which feature secures access to an Azure storage account? Is it storage firewalls and virtual networks, virtual machine scaling, user authentication, or Azure policy assignments? So there is only one here to check access to Azure. So who votes for? So this one is related to Azure storage account access to secure the access to this. What do you think, guys? Which one here?
I think user authentication.
A and Payad, what do you think? Is it also user authentication or can it be other thing?
Maybe. Which feature
Henri?
secures access to storage account?
Yeah, it can be confusing between Azure policy and authentication.
Yes,
So let's
yes,
see.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
I could be
so
last one.
it's actually the storage firewalls and virtual networks, because actually this feature is dedicated for the storage account. Other user authentication generally to access Azure services and authentication, I mean access token through tiers application. But here, as the question is dedicated for the storage account, so the first feature securing this is storage firewalls. So this first question, actually, it provides an additional layer for security for your storage account, ensuring proper configuration is critical to protect data from unauthorized access. So this one is to review, actually. Then, which actions can be performed on a storage account? So there are two answers. Create and configure storage accounts, configure storage account encryption, deploy the containerized application, configure VNet peering, or manage user identities. I guess the first answer is quite obvious because it's create, yes.
But it's
And
multiple, right? It's not
yeah,
radio
there is
button. It's
another
not
one.
radio button. So
Yeah,
yeah, so we can select multiple at the moment. I think
yeah.
second one is
Let's
as well as
see.
second
Configure
as
storage
well as.
encryption can be or containerized
It's too
application.
funny, but
Not sure.
yeah, it's like too important.
Let's see this. So here, yeah, so create, configure storage accounts and configure storage account encryption. So it's correct. This is for the two, because everything related to application deployment does not go through storage account. Then Azure Monitor Insights provides detailed monitoring for virtual machine, storage accounts, and network. Is it true or false? I
Azure
guess true.
Monitor is said to provide details. Yes, yes, versus my sister.
Yes,
Yes,
true,
yes, yes.
true. Yes,
True,
normally
true.
so true. Yes. So this help
But let's check
even if
how
I
is that? Oh,
exactly. So this
okay.
is quite simple. Which Azure service is used to deploy virtual machines? Is it Azure Virtual Machines, Azure Blob Storage, Azure DNS, Azure Resource Manager, or Azure Policy? It's one I was seeing it just in this session.
I think it's Azure Virtual Machine.
Yes, Azure Virtual Machine. It's the right service that we are using to create and deploy virtual machines. Others are not related to that. Self-service password reset, called SSPR, requires no initial configuration. Is it true or false? There is something during the access management and identity management configuration we called SSPR. The question here
False.
is, does it require initial configuration? Yes, I guess it's false. Let's see the explanation. Yes, false. False because it must be configured by an administrator before user can utilize it. It involves setting up policies and verification methods to ensure secure password reset. Proper configuration is necessary to prevent unauthorized access. So it needs to be done in the first, as a pre-requirement for the setup by administrator to have a proper setup. Which of the following tasks are involved in managing a virtual machine in Azure? So there are two options: creating virtual machines or configuring Azure disk encryption or deploying Azure container apps, managing virtual machine size, assigning user license. So there are two options, two tasks, let's say, involved in the managing of VM. So let's see the explanation. So I think the first one is quite obvious. It's repeating in some questions. So creating and managing sizes are both tasks that are involved in the virtual machine management. Others, like Azure Disk Encryption, Azure Container Apps, are linked to other Azure services. It's not linked to Azure Virtual Machine Management. User access also is for the other policies. Policies management is not related to that. What is the purpose of resource locks in Azure governance? So why we use resource lock actually?
Prevent
Is it to
accidental
prevent
deletion or modification.
modification? Yes, generally, yes, we do resource lock to avoid modifying resource. But here the options, the options, yes, it will be so. The first one normally prevent accidental deletion or modification. Normally should be this one. Let's see. So yes, it's related to this one. Serve. The So the option by preventing this accidental deletion or modification, it will add safety for the very important configurations we do, and help to ensure stability on the system. Then, which of the following tasks are part of managing intra-users and groups? Create users or manage user and group properties, deploy virtual machines, configure storage accounts, manage license. So, in your point of view, there are two tasks here that are part of managing intra-users and groups. I guess create users, it's quite obvious also. I would say the two first options. Do you think there is another one instead, in addition to that? Do you think that manage license is related to
It can be.
Microsoft?
It can be, but there are only two options. Because when you manage Microsoft Intra users, you can see licenses as well. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see the explanation. So, say it's the two first options, and the explanation is these tasks are central to establishing and maintaining the directory, so the tenant directory. They ensure that user information is accurate and up to date. This is in turn supports effective access control and security management. So they do not talk about license. Licenses are another part of root access, I guess. And maybe Gopal, you know the managing license is part of which? Is it a part of root account access?
Intra users, it could be. I think create users, manage user and group, and last manage the license, manage license. The last one as well as. Add the last one, I think.
You think this one can be correct?
Yes. Last one, just add the last one also.
Okay, but yeah, they say it's only two. Yeah. Okay. What is the primary function of, we see at the end, what's the primary function of Azure Monitor? Is it to collect, analyze metrics and logs, or deploy virtual machines, assign user roles, or manage storage accounts? So Azure Monitor generally used for metric and monitoring resources. So let's see the explanation. Azure Monitor gathers data from various resources to provide insights into performance. It enables early detection of issues through real time. So it's the first one. What does configuring self-service? We are again through this SSPR for the self-service password reset. So that means the user reset. He is able to reset by his password.
Yeah, first option would be
First, yes, without admin assistance. Yes. Then, how can you configure redundancy for an Azure storage account? By selecting the appropriate replication option. Is it by increasing the number of VM, or by enabling self-service password reset, or by configuring resource logs? Is related to Azure storage account redundancy. I guess it's the first one. I guess.
my guess is the second one.
Redundancy number of VM or appropriate application. Let's see. So
Oh,
is
you got
B.
correct.
Is by selecting, it's A. Yeah, so it's appropriate application. Increasing the number of VM, it's the virtual machine scale set actually. Let's link to virtual machine scaling. Which features enhance data protection in Azure storage. There are two. Configure soft
Data
delete for
protection.
below and containers. Configure below lifecycle management. Manage virtual machine disks, or configure snapshot for Azure files. Assign built-in roles for governance.
I think last one. Then second
Control,
one.
governance, and this
Yeah.
below lifecycle management.
And second last.
Second, below lifecycle. Let's see.
Second
So
last is
configure soft delete. Actually, is the first one and the snapshot. So this one and this one. So this one is not correct, and this one no. It's not related to build the role for governance. It's related to configure the soft delete for below to avoid accidental delete. Yeah. So this one is not correct. Azure Container Instances provide a serverless option for running containers. Is it true or false? So
Maybe true.
here it's related to serverless option. I guess yes. Yes, it's true. Actually, yes. This simplifies the process of running containerized application in the cloud. So it provides a way to deploy quickly a container. Which of the following tasks are involved in managing access storage accounts? Configure stored access policy or manage access key, deploy virtual machines, configure identity-based access for Azure file, or set up an Azure policy. I guess. Let's see here. Explanation says configure stored access policy and manage access key. Actually, both involved in managing access to Azure storage. All the others, deployment is not related to access management. Identity based on Azure files, it's something related to identity management. It's not Azure storage. And Azure policy, it's related to role-based access. Then we have which action is used to create new users in Intra ID. To create a new users, should we manage user group? Should we create users? Should we assign roles?
Manage. I think create or manage user, create users, right?
I'm hesitating between managing user groups because here it's through Intra ID. So let's see the explanation. It's create users actually. It's quite simple. Create user. Create user is the option, correct option. Here. How does Azure Disk Encryption secure a VM? By encrypting the operating system and data disk, by using built-in antivirus, or by isolating the VM in virtual private network, or by assigning special roles. It's related to disk encryption, so I guess it cannot be linked to the network. So I don't think this one is correct. Special roles, I don't think this one is correct. I guess it's the first one. What do you think, guys? Let's see the explanation. Answer is by encrypting the operating system and data disk. So it's the first option. Yes, that's true. Then which components are involved in managing Azure subscription and governance? Configure resource logs, apply and manage tags on resources, set up Azure Backup Vault, manage resource group, deploy ARM templates. So this one related to subscription and governance. So mainly will be resource group, I guess. Deploy ARM templates, I don't think. Would you vote for manage resource groups? I guess this one shows it's quite correct. So and then there is the tags also are the component, the main component are tags and resource groups related to subscription and governance. Which built-in Azure role provides full access to all resources? There is something that will provide you full access. Is it owner, contributor, reader, user access, admin?
Or I think it's owner, right? User
Yeah,
access administration. I think
I
last
think
one first. Maybe it's getting confused. Maybe last one
this
also I
one is
could.
confusing. Yes, this one is
Yeah.
confusing. This
Let's
question.
see. Let's
Yes,
see.
but
Let's see.
user admin won't in
Okay,
the
owner, you have
case of,
selected right one, right?
yeah, it won't have all the access granted. For example, for the identity management user access admin, maybe won't modify some pre-built policies. So yeah, configuring stored access policies is not recommended for managing access to storage accounts. Do you think it's true or false? Mm-hmm.
What do you
My
think?
point of view. Who vote true? Here the question is not recommended. Be careful. It's, that means we do not recommend to store access policies for managing the access to storage account.
Yes, yes, true.
And why true? It's actually no, it's false actually here. It's false because the explanation here, configuring stored access policies is best practice for managing storage access. So it's recommended to store access policies, to have a centralized control. So generally in Azure, most of recommendation is to have some centralized access, centralized control to easily revoke in case there is something wrong, some wrong access to some storage account. So it's actually, it's recommended, so it's the opposite. Built-in Azure roles cannot be modified by users. I guess it's yes, because here it's a built-in, so it's something defined in Azure. I guess it's yes, let's see. Yes, it's true. Built-in roles are predefined by Microsoft and cannot
Azure
be
roles,
altered.
yes,
Yeah,
it's
this
true.
one. Then what's the function of NSG? This one you didn't explain it yet, Gopal.
Network security group.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
we'll do it.
it's it.
So just for definition, NSG should normally control inbound. I guess it's the first
Yes,
one.
yes, yes. First one, yes.
Yes, actually NSG allow you to create rules that filter network traffic. They help protect your VNet from unauthorized access, contribute significantly to the overall security for your infrastructure. Which options are used for load balancing in Azure VNet? Is it internal load balancer or public load balancer, Azure DNS, Azure Backup, or private endpoint? There are two correct options. So how we use how we do to make load balancing in Azure VNet. I guess the default one, when we create a VNet and we create a virtual machine, we have an internal load balancer between virtual machines. Yes, first one is this one, and then you have the public. I think both. Let's see if it is true. So yes, internal load balancer. This internal load balancer is already set up inside the virtual network when we create it. So when we have a virtual machine created, all the traffic between virtual machine 1 and virtual machine 2 should go through internal load balancer. And the public load balancer generally is for the external. When we need to target some web application that it's scaled into availability zone, we should go through a public load balancer. How can you manage licenses in Microsoft Entra ID? Is it by assigning license SKU? Yeah, this is so we are back to the license.
I think SKU.
SKU, yes. Yeah, I think it's SKU, yes. So the license management, it's through assigning SKU to user. And here we have the answer to our question. Yes, actually, that's the right question. The right answer, sorry. Which of the following tasks are part of monitoring Azure resources? There are two things part of monitoring Azure resources: interpreting metrics in Azure Monitor, querying and analyzing logs, configuring resource logs, managing user groups. I think this one we can eliminate it. No. Deploy ARM templates. This one also we can eliminate it. Can eliminate this. I guess will be this one, and analyzing logs. This one, because I don't think that monitoring Azure resources, we should do resource logs. So resource logs is for performance and safety access. The correct answers are interpreting metrics and querying and analyzing logs. So that's the right answers. Which of the following are responsibilities when managing access to Azure resources? Is it assign roles for different scopes, or interpret access assignments, or configure storage redundancy, or manage backup policies, or monitor network traffic? So there are two responsibilities when managing access to Azure resources. So all the things related to storage, redundancies, I don't think it's the right one. So it's something related to access. So I guess it will be something to define roles, access. I guess the first one, and interpret access assignments can be this one also. Let's see the explanation. So the correct answers are assign roles, so at different scopes, and interpret access assignments also. So to do these two responsibilities of managing access to resources. Okay, then what's the function of Azure VM scale set? Automatically scale and manage set of VM, provide storage redundancy, manage network security, monitor cost consumption, or deploy containerized application. I think it's first. What do you think, guys? here it cannot be storage redundancy. It cannot be something related to network because it's VM. It cannot be related to cost consumption monitoring. So I guess it's the first, yes. We can eliminate all of others. So yes, it's the first one. What does exporting deployment as ARM template allows you to do? Reuse and version control your deployment, increase resource performance, automatically scale VM, deploy resources in multiple regions. Yeah, so reusability. So reusability and versioning. You see the first one. See? Yes, so that's correct. That's correct. What's the purpose of a shared access signature? Grant limited access to storage resource, provide full administrative rights, encrypt data at rest, monitor storage performance. What we call SAS token, it's shared access signature. Generally, when we are talking about tokens or something limited in time access, so I guess it will be the first one. Cannot be the full rights, no, it's not possible. Something limited access in the time and in the
It's for SSS is for use like a limited time period. So
limited time period, yes, to a set of resources.
Yes.
So yes, and then which Azure service is designed for serverless container hosting? Azure Container Instances, Azure Virtual Machine, Azure
Function.
Yeah. Sure, function. So yeah, Azure Function, I guess, for serverless. So that should be the. No. No, because here it's
containerization
container,
also coming to the serverless. Initially, it was Azure Function on last 2-3 years.
So yeah, we need to be careful. This one is Azure Container Instance. Azure Site Recovery is used only for on-prem disaster recovery and not for Azure resources. Is it true or false? So this one is for recovery. The point here is it used for on-prem disaster recovery and not for Azure resource. So I guess it's false, but let's see. Yes, false, because it supports both. Should support on-prem disaster recovery and also when we have deployment in Azure. So it should cover both. Which services are used for container management in Azure? Azure Container Service, we see it previously, it's related to serverless deployment. Is it Azure Container Apps, Azure Virtual Machine, Azure App Service, or Azure Backup? There are two options. I think here it's this one. I think, but let's see. Explanation. No, actually, no, it cannot be this one. No, it's this one and this one. Actually, virtual machine is not the correct answer for container management. Azure Backup can be used to perform failover to a secondary region. Is it true or false? Failover to a second region. So use backup. Azure Backup. What do you think, guys? Is it true or false? Who votes true?
True. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's true. I think it's true.
Yes.
True. It's when we have backup. Yes, we will be able to data remain the same, so we can do the recovery in another region. What's the role of Azure Backup in resource maintenance? Protect data by creating recoverable backups. Monitor network traffic. I don't think so. Manage user access. Don't think also. deploy virtual networks. I guess it's the first one. It's related to the previous, so it's coherent with the previous question. Which of the following tasks are involved in managing virtual networks? There are two options that involved in managing VNet, creating virtual networks and subnets. Yeah, it's quite simple. Configuring public IP, deploying ARM templates, setting up virtual network peering, managing user identities. I think templates. Virtual networks, I think both can be done in managing virtual network. Correct answers are creating virtual networks and subnets and setting up virtual network pairing. So yes, it's the both options. Azure Resource Management templates allow for declarative deployment of resources. I think it's yes. Yes. So I guess we can.
Yeah.
Yes, quite obvious. What does configuring object replication in Azure Storage achieve? It copies data between storage accounts. It increases network throughput. It automates user provisioning. It manages storage account encryption. So this is related to replication in Azure storage account. I think things related to encryption, it cannot be true. I think it's the first one. Let's see. Yes, it's for copying data between storage accounts. What's the primary purpose of virtual network in Azure? First option, isolate and secure resources, manage user licenses, deploy ARM templates, monitor resource performance. For me, I think it's the first one, to isolate. See, yes, to isolate resources, we create virtual networks to have isolation between machines.
Yeah.
Then we have
Shared signature access
for limited
Yeah.
access.
Yes.
And then Azure VNet Watcher. What's the action that can be performed by Azure VNet Watcher? Monitor network connectivity, capture network traffic, configure virtual network, deploy backup policies, or manage user license. I think monitor network connectivity for sure. This one, and capture network traffic. Let's see. Yes, so this is the two options, correct? Two options. What's the primary purpose of ARM template in Azure? Automate the deployment of resources, manage network traffic, monitor resource performance, or configure user roles. I think it's the first one because we need to automate. When we need to automate deployment, then we use the templates. Let's see. Yes, so this is also correct. Then which features help secure virtual networks in Azure? Network security group, application security group, virtual machine scale set, user-defined rules, or resource logs. So here we need to be careful. It's to secure VNet. It's not to secure application.
Network NSG.
Yeah,
network
NSG, I guess, because it linked to network, and there is another one. I'm scale set. No, I don't think this one. This one will for scaling virtual machine. It's not related to secure virtual network. Nothing related to that. Let's see. Explanation is NSG and application. It's both actually. It's both will secure the virtual network in Azure. Which service in Azure is used to configure and manage alert rules? Is it Azure Monitor, Resource Manager, Advisor, or Policy?
Manager, Azure Monitor. Yes.
Yeah, Monitor. It's for managing alert rules, yeah, and log collected. Virtual network peering allows resources in different VNet to communicate as if they were in the same VNet. So this one will see it next time, Gopal, right? For the virtual network peering, when we have two different VNet, because today we have only one. So I think it's the yes, as if they yes. I guess it's yes. Let's see. Yes, it's true. And then she have which feature allows you to create a private connection to Azure PaaS service. Is it private endpoint, public IP address, load balancer, or VM scale set? It's the first one here, private endpoint. Yes. Private endpoint, it actually creates a private connection in a platform as a service to avoid having traffic coming from internet. Which tool would you use to diagnostic network connectivity issues in Azure? Is it Network Watcher or Azure Policy or Azure Cost Management or Azure Advisor? I think it's something related to Network Watcher. Let's see if we click on this. Because it's to diagnose, have a diagnostic on network connectivity. So every time you create a virtual network in Azure, there is something created called Network Watcher. And normally should be used, yes. So it should be used to monitor and to diagnose the capabilities of network issue. If there is some issue, so it will be the network watcher who will trace this. Okay, that's it. So I will send you all these to review. Do you have questions, guys?
So far, so good for me.
So I will send you all this. Don't hesitate to redo the same mock, and for the next time will be other mocks that I will share with you in the group.
Think I'm good. Good. Yeah. Thanks. It's really amazing, Alpha, because I was wondering some of the things even I have seen the new and I got confused because some in out of 50, if I attend any interview, so they ask some 2 to 3 questions. I have seen some of the questions they came up in your this 50 questions itself. Like they ask some random. Suppose you are creating some this scenario wise, so whenever like a scenario wise, so they give this kind of only. So better if you do like a more this kind of practice, then it will be improve our verbalization thing, because nowadays everyone is going in chat gpt and searching instead of just remembering in the brain. So I think this is the right trick to just remember based on the four selections. So yes, just a plug and play kind of the concept, but it's a really good to add on.
Yes, I think it's good to have the explanation for each question to understand which part we need to review. And generally, there are many things that are come back. I mean, in the question, so there are some coherence to keep when answering.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will share this with you, and let's say next time, next time we will still see the virtual machine, Gopal, or we will focus
Yes.
on other
No,
topic.
no, no. Next time we will use like, because the for testing related we need to create the virtual machine, so it I will be create before that itself. Okay. And like creating the virtual network also we need, subnet also we need. So next topic we are going to cover like a network peering. Okay. And load balancer and bastion server, like a bastion for instead of public IP. So bastion is more important for like a load balancer and this best and server. This is the two important topic I'm planning to cover next section.
Mhm.
So this is I think we can do in this.
Today.
What do you think? This is right, or do we need to add anything or more?
Yeah, I think it's good to also remind things related to access management on resource access management. What
Okay.
things to
I think yes, we can do, but like I'm thinking to cover first this flow, then we'll go to access management. So because load balancer and Western is it also equivalent for important? So because already we are in subnet and virtual network, right? So I'm thinking to cover this, and with this because if we wanted to cover separately load balancer and Western server, for that we need to create the virtual machines or VNet. So better we go two ways instead of like I'm thinking next session we can cover like today we have covered this two three concept, right? Like network connectivity and how to connect and assign the session. So likewise I'm planning to cover next.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, next session we can use like identity access management. That would be required for
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
yes, thanks. Yeah.
If we don't, if nobody has another question, so we can close.
Yes, we can. Yeah. I think at the moment good, right?
Yes, yes, yes. But we have absent people. Carlos and Samantha, uh, and uh,
Mhm.
yeah, Kumar also. He joined last time, but he didn't join today. Yeah, we'll see. We try to uh, to have some time for questions for next time.
Yes, yes, sure.
So have a good day. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
I
Yeah,
need
you too.
to.
Everyone have a good day.
Bye bye.
Yeah,
Thank
bye.
you,
Bye.
Alpha. Thank you, Gopal. Thank
Yes.
you, everyone.
Bye bye. Yeah, hi. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, bye.
Bye bye.